Alright, back with part 2 of a new player's journey in Grand Blue Fantasy. Alright, okay, so right now, if you're watching this video, you've been playing for a week, 2 weeks now, you're rank 100, right? You just unlocked your impossible raids, right? Your Magna 1, your Omega 1 impossible raids, which are these, right? Impossible raids. Alright, you unlock these, and you're wondering, how do I get stronger? What do I do? What do I farm? Same thing as you've been doing, alright? If you watch the previous video, farm this, and farm the 3 important ones here. You can farm the rest too if you have a lot of time, but uh, I believe these 3 are more important because I'm going to talk about the weapons they drop soon, alright? So basically, impossible raids, farm these every single day, host them. I do not recommend you joining other people's raids because you probably don't have a grid strong enough to blue box. Alright. Blue box is it's a kind of drop where you have to do a specific amount of damage to the raid to be able to get the drops, alright? We're not going into that in this video. So when you host a raid, you get the red box, right? The red chest, and then you get the gold chest. Uh, all the SSR stuff can drop from the red chest, and if you are lucky, I think you can get them from the gold chest. I gotta check the wiki for that. Not sure. Alright. It's been a while since I farmed these. Um, yeah, so just host these every day and get your rank up as soon as you can. Same as the first video, focus on your rank, alright? Because you want to unlock the Magna 2 raids. Right? Magna 2 raids are Regalia weapons, like these. Uh, I don't... Okay, maybe I should touch on it. Okay, so you've been playing for a while, you're playing for 2 weeks. You have got pendants, right? Renown pendants, prestige pendants. So if you've been hosting your raids every single day, you got quite a bit of stash of pendants. What are you going to use them for? This is pretty important. Okay, so go renown pendants first. Um, for renown pendants, right, what you want to spend on is... Oh, this is not good. I don't think I have... Okay, you want to spend on this sword, this light sword, Luminera Sword Omega. And I get that. And then you want to get... Do I have it here? Okay, so let's Claw Omega. You want to get this as well, right? Because these are probably weapons that you will use for the longest time, the Omega 1 ones. In certain case, the Axe as well for Dark, but that's a whole nother story, alright? Um, I wouldn't really recommend you guys buying anything else. Just buy this. Alright, this light sword is the most important thing. You want to get 5 of them fully uncapped at the end of the day, alright? So you want to get all of them. Unless you get them from drops, of course, so you don't really need them there. Anyways, you don't really need anything else. And then your renown pendants can be spent on getting the animas to host raids, alright? You can just spend them on them, you know, it doesn't really matter that much. Prestige pendants, right? You get these after you unlock impossible raids. Once you get a suitable amount, every month, okay, every single month, you want to get Ancient Equisax, alright, this one, Ancient Oberon, and then you want 4 Ancient Perseus, right? You just need 4 of these. For Ancient Equisax, it's a really big number. I don't want to scare you guys. You want to get a lot of these. And Oberons, you might need 3 fully uncapped, alright? 3 fully uncapped Oberons, Ancient Oberons, right? There's a difference, right? There's a difference, guys. 3 of these fully uncapped. Maybe I can show you guys. If you have spare gems, you can unlock a stash or so just to store your extra stuff. It's about, I think, 500 gems to do it. Okay, so Oberon, right? There are two types. One is the normal primal Oberon. This is not what you want for Omega grid, alright? Because it's not an Omega modifier. You can see, identify from the skill picture itself. Alright, this is a normal mod, normal modifier. While this is an ancient Oberon, which is an olden primal weapon. Alright? The logo on the skill icon is different. This is an Omega icon. Alright, so you need these as a new player. Alright, you need that. Let me explain even further. Okay, so olden primal weapons. Personally, I'm using 4 ancient Akisex and 3 ancient Oberons. Alright, the rest are in the stash, whatever. And I'm just using 1 ancient Perseus. You only need 1 ancient Perseus for Earth Grids, alright? So spend your pendants on these 3 things every single month. Whenever you can, just buy them. Alright. I've been slacking, so my pendants are not really at a good number. Anyway, buy these. You can buy 2 a month. Try and get all of them, so that you will be able to get the weapons fully uncapped as soon as possible. Okay, what do I mean by uncap? Okay, so let's say I have an ancient Oberon right here. I want to fully uncap it. How many do I need? 1, 2, 3 to get it to 3-star. Alright, you can't get even further than that. You can't use a dupe to uncap further than that. So 3-star, which is MLB, FLB, yeah, MLB, max limit break. Then you uncap further. You're gonna need materials for the 4th star, which is FLB. Alright, so you're gonna need melee stones, quartz. These 2 are pretty much the game breaker for you as a new player. You're gonna need a lot of these. And then these you can farm from raids and stuff, or the little materials. This you can trade from treasure. Alright, so it's not really that hard, I guess. Most important is the quartz and the melee stone. Alright. So you want to uncap them. You need 3 duplicates minimum, plus the one that you're uncapping. So 4 in total for 1 weapon. Alright. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna spend your prestige pendants on these 3 weapons. I'm repeating myself because it's important. You want to use those for a long time. And then if you have spares, I do not recommend getting weapon stones. I recommend you getting quartz. Alright, quartz is pretty much what stopped me from upgrading my weapon grid for the longest time. I never had enough quartz. So buy this every month. You can buy 1,000, you can buy 200 quartz a month with 1,000 pendants. Alright, so get whatever element you're trying to upgrade, or if you're able to, get all of it. Alright, get all of it. Everything else, every weapon, I do not recommend you spending pendants on Magna 2 stuff, or Magna 2.5, which is this more expensive thingy, 6,000 pendants. Right, the 6,000 pendants ones are the Magna 2.5 weapons, which are a bit newer. I don't recommend you as a new player spending on these. Alright, you're not gonna have enough anyways. So just leave it. Alright, just leave it. We covered pendants. We're gonna go to daily point shop. So if you've been logging in every single day, you're gonna get points. Alright, when you have enough, a certain number, you are able to purchase weapons from the daily point shop. Alright, so all these are Magna 2 weapons. Alright, this is Magna 2, Magna 2. I will go into detail for every element, the grids for basic Magna grid, alright, with Magna 2 stuff. But at the point in time right now for you, if you're like rank 100, you really won't be able to have any Magna 2 stuff because it's gonna be 120, right? Anyway, just letting you know, you can get the weapons from here, one a month. It's quite expensive though, 150 daily points is quite a lot. Alright, so this is mostly a last resort. And then on this shop, you can probably get outfits as well if you are into that kind of thing. Okay, expensive, expensive. Um, then after that, weapons that you want to strive for, seraphic weapons. These weapons, they boost the elemental damage if you are on element. What does on element mean? It means that, let's say you are water, and water has an advantage over fire, right? So you will deal more damage if you have this weapon in your water grid. Like say, okay, let's say this. Okay, so let's say elemental amplify. This is what the seraphic weapon does. It amplifies on element damage. Amplify water allies damage against fire foes. It's the same for every single element. So basically, if you're using the element to, how do I say this, that has an advantage against another element, you will be able to make use of this. And it's pretty much a staple in most weapon grids, so you want to focus on that. You probably will not be able to uncap the seraphic weapons um, fast enough or as quickly as you think. It takes a lot of grinding. Alright, it takes a lot of grinding to unlock these and uncap them slowly. And then you can get Bahamut weapons. You know what? I'm gonna save this for another video. Basically, it's the kind of weapon that you put in your grid, alright? Weapon grids. Let's see if I can find the most basic grid. Alright, so this is a light grid. These are all the Magna 1 swords that I told you guys to buy from the pendant shop. It's a very good grid for light. Alright, so you're gonna need the swords. ULB, which is 5 stars. So that you get them the skill level to level 20. In this game, weapon skill levels are very important. So, but you will have a tough time leveling the weapon skill levels as a new player. So I don't think you should get frustrated over it. It just takes time to farm up the materials needed. But the higher your skill level on the weapon, the more damage, more attack, more whatever boost that you get. Because this is also boosted by the main summon, which is also a Omega summon. If I mentioned that before in my previous video. So, oh, it's really, really hard to explain. Oh my god. So this boosts, let's say, Night Coat's weapon skills, right? And in this sword, it's a Night Coat weapon skill. So it's boosted by that summon, right? So in this way, how do I explain this? Right, let's just use this as a base. Estimated damage, right? So it's 387k. If you use a support summon from a friend or a random that is boosting the same things that you are using, let's say the weapons you're using is Magna 1, right? So you use a Magna summon as your friend summon, your support summon. The estimated damage increases because the boost to the weapons, attack and whatever HP also increase. Okay, so Magna grids are like that. That's how it works. Alright, it's boosted. You boost the weapon itself, so you get more damage. Alright? The HP is boosted as well. Let me show it to you. Without the support summon, it's 42,000 HP. With the support summon, it's boosted to 56,000 HP. So there is a difference, and that's why I tell you guys that the summon is the most important thing. You want to uncap it as far as you can. Alright? When you uncap Omega Summon, you're going to use dupes as well. 3 dupes. Alright, 3 dupes. 1, 2, 3. And then after that, using materials. Do not use Sunstones to uncap summons, alright? Don't use this. You'll probably get a couple of these free. Don't use this until you really know what you're doing, alright? Because Sunstones are a limited resource in the game. You don't want to waste them. Same with Go Bars or Damascus Bars. This is a Go Brick, right? Go Bar. You can raise the level cap, right? Notice this. But don't waste them. They're very limited in supply. Just don't use them recklessly, alright? You can also get Damascus Ingots, Damascus Bars. These also raise the level cap for SSR weapons. Don't waste these as well, unless you know what you're doing. Alright, Sunlight Stones. Very rare. You can't get them. It's a very limited resource. Don't waste these and use them crazily, alright guys? Only use them when you know what you're doing. Alright, otherwise just farm. They're not that hard to farm for dupes, alright? They're not hard to get dupes for. So please don't recklessly use your uncapping stuff. Your Sunlight Stones, your bars. Don't use them anyhow that you want, alright? They are rare. Okay? Okay, now that I got that out of the way. Getting a grid together. Okay, let's just use the light grid. You want to have mono color, right? So in this case, all light, except this is a Bahamut weapon. I'm just using this because it's a saber and it boosts whatever I'm using. And it boosts. I'm not going to explain too much into that. My grid is quite weird though, but anyway, this is a Magna grid. In the Magna grid, you're going to need your Magna weapons, and then you have the Seraphic weapon, look on top here. Right, every grid needs it if you're on element. And then you need the Astral. Astral weapon is a weapon you farm as well from Arcarum, which is why in the previous video I told you guys to unlock Arcarum as soon as you can. And then you have the big daddy of weapons, the Opus, the Dark Opus weapon, right? This weapon is probably the biggest boost to your weapon grid in any element, alright? So let's say Dark Opus. Right. So you're gonna need one for every element. If you're going to the whale mode and primal, you're gonna need 2 opuses for that element, right? These opuses are really hard to farm, right? I'm just gonna put it out there. As a new player, you probably need about 2-3 months to farm one of these, and they need gold bricks to uncap as well. Which is why I told you guys not to recklessly use your gold bricks. But for opus weapons, they are worth it, alright? To use on. To uncap them to max. Level 200 and all that. Skill levels. Because this is probably the biggest boost in your weapon grid. How are you going to get Dark Opus weapons? Let's see. I mean, there's every chance that you're not able to farm these yet because you're too low rank, but as you grow up, as you progress, this is probably a sense of progression you want to have, alright? So you're gonna farm quartz, you're gonna need weapon stones, right? These are weapon stones based on the weapon. And then you're gonna need this shadow substance, right? So you get that from Lucidus, which is this raid, which you will probably not be able to do right now. Where was it? Is it this? Ah yeah, this one. Dark Rapture. Rank 120 or higher. So you're gonna host that and then you get the thingies, right? See? And then you get Dark Opus weapon. But my opinion is you're not gonna use a Dark Opus weapon unless it's at least 4-star. At least FLB, right? Final limit break, or whatever it's supposed to be. Because other than that, it's not really much better than anything else you already have. Okay? And now after going a whole circle, oh my god, this explanation is so long. Farming the Magna 1 weapons, I'm just going to point out stuff that you will use in your grid. You will use this. You will use this. For a Magna 1 weapon, alright? So for fire, you're going to use just this. Colossus Cane Omega. Alright, make sure you get the summons. The reason I want you guys to host the raids every single day is because they dropped this. We just needed to host the Magna 2 raids. So in a way, it's like progression, you see. So you want to farm that a lot. For water, you don't really use the Magna 1 weapon, but you can use this, I guess, for a start. And then for earth, the sword. Alright, the sword is really good. You probably only need one. Earth is a special case, but let's not get into that here. For light, you want to use this. Alright, the sword. Then for dark, it's probably the claw and the axe. Alright. The thing is that when you grind for these weapons, you do your raids and stuff, you really just run with whatever you have, right? So let's say you keep getting the gun, alright, the Luminera Bolt Omega. You're not getting enough swords. Just use these first, you know. Get them to 3-star and cap them to 3-star level 100. And then skill level 10. They will do a job for you for the time being, alright? It's all about progression. So let's say, just gonna use light example. The gun, right? You get these, you uncap them to 3-star, you don't need to go further. Even though this is actually used in a certain specific grid, but you know, I've never done it, but never mind. Upgrade the skill level to level 10, because that's the max you can go, alright? It's maximum. Yeah, so you want to use whatever you have at that point in time, alright? As your weapon grid, your weapons skill levels and all that grows, and the stuff you collect is increasing, you know. The most basic goal is to get a grid where all the elements of the weapons in the grid is the same and boosts the characters that you're using. So a specific water team, fire, wind, earth, light, dark. Specific weapons for specific elements. So you want to keep all the weapons in the grid the same element. There are grids that use a rainbow kind assortment of weapons, but we're not going to talk about that here. So basically, want to get that done. Fill up your summons, because whatever summon you're using, they add stats, right? Which is always good. Doesn't matter what you have. The most important is the main summon, which means that the aura, this aura is your main summon, right? So this main aura will work. Alright, if it's not your main summon, okay, this is a good example. So the main aura of this is boost to fire allies, multi-attack rate, right? But because I'm not using it as a main summon, this does not come into play. But the sub-summon, right, amplify fire allies damage against wind foes, is very specific. By 10% as a sub-aura, it works. Okay? So basically main summon for Magna grids, always the Magna summon. Alright? You can use elemental boosting summon. It's like, what's a good example of that? Okay, Shiva. Shiva's main aura boost to fire attack. This is for really new. And your weapons are all a huge mess. you don't really have a full mono color grid, weapon grid, and you need some extra boost, this helps a little bit. Alright, rather than using the Magna summon, if you don't have it uncapped as much as you really want it to be. Um, it's a lot of grind, but it's really satisfying when you see your teams be able to um, solo raids, you know, and not have to depend on other people killing the raid for you. That's like the ultimate goal, right? Whatever raid you want to do, you can do it yourself, basically. Alright. In the meantime, if you've done all your hosts, you hosted all the raids that you need to, you can do Angel Halo. Alright, it's really mind numbing, but you might as well get your grind started early. Alright, because Angel Halo is where you get a lot of mats, rusted weapons. I'm going to talk about that in another video. Uh, XP for weapons and summons. Just a lot of things from Angel Halo. So you might want to get your grind started on this as well. Slimes are just mainly for XP, alright? Nothing else. Just do it for XP. To upgrade your rank and rank up. Another thing, if the higher rank you are, alright, the more extended masteries that you unlock. Okay, so let's say my next rank is 250, right? I can unlock this. So the higher rank is, the more options you have. So you wanna level up your rank as quickly as possible. I'm just repeating my first video. Okay. Um, and remember guys, once you start to improve your weapon grids and your characters don't feel as strong, always remember that your characters need to be awakened and uncapped. Okay, so let's say in this case, I have a level 1 Chat Noir, right? So I want to uncap him. Uncap. You're gonna need a lot of materials for this. Alright, these are the materials needed to uncap. See, level cap rose to 80. Alright. Then you want to awaken the unit, the character, right? Did I awaken this one? Let me find something to awaken. Alright, so when you level up the characters as well, by doing slime or whatever, CQ or whatever, in their max level, you can awaken them, which also uses materials. So it's really quite a big boost. Attack plus 3000, HP plus 1005 and all that. But the mats you need is a lot as well. Alright, so you need to farm these. These are mostly from Angel Halo or CQ. This as well. A lot of mats are from CQ or Angel Halo, alright? So farm those. This is from Impossible Raids. Yeah, so when you awaken the character, they are more stronger, they have more attack, they have more HP. Do that, alright? To get stronger. Alright, farm the weapons as much as you can. And then I will come back in my next video with specific elemental grids. Alright, this is just purely my opinion, in a way. Yeah, but anyway, catch me in my next video then. Hope this video wasn't too long-winded. Ciao. See you guys. Bye.